our starter, sourdough starter, is overgrowing, so I have to do something. And since I have guests coming, I decided to make pizza. It's kind of early to make bread for the week, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna use some of this dough for the pizza. So I'm not gonna put any seeds in it or anything. But the same starter as always. I have 5.5 cups of unbleached flour, 2 cups of water, and I'm going to, as usual, mix this all in, get it all mixed in very well, and let it sit for 8 hours. I'm just going to mix it all in. And of course, we have about 1.5 liters of really good starter. Our starter is becoming very much alive, as you can see, and we have to, because dumping it out all the time, I don't feel like dumping it out all the time. So, and I feel sad because it's so healthy. So I decided to use it for pizza. Yeah, and of course our 1.5 tablespoons of kosher salt. And we're gonna mix this in and make sure it's well mixed, and we'll let it sit for 8 hours, and then we'll do our dough. Yeah, so it's been 8 hours. We've been waiting for this, just flour and water. Now I'm gonna add our starter. You see how it settled in the morning, was up to here, now it's settled, but it's still very active. So we're just gonna add the mother to our dough. And of course, we're gonna leave some behind to keep the mother going. That's what it looks like. She's fantastic. Or what we call the starter. And lift this. And we're gonna knead it at low. We'll probably go up to still low number 2 for about 15 minutes or so. Now I'm just gonna knead it like that for 1. And you see how our starter is really a beautiful, healthy starter. And after we finish kneading this for about 15 minutes, we'll let it sit until the morning for 8 hours, and then tomorrow we'll roll out the pizza. I think I'm gonna get 1 big large pizza and 1 large bread loaf. So that's good. That's gonna be good. So I needed this for a couple of minutes only, scraping down the bottom. As you can see now, because I have to add the salt, so I'm going to stop this and add the salt. I don't want to add the salt at the beginning because I don't want the starter to work less, because salt might affect it a little bit. So now I'm going to start it again. And we'll go like this for about 15, maybe about 10-12 minutes now. And as you can see, the starter is already, even though it's been a short time, look, the starter is already working on the dough. I could go a little faster, but I don't need to. I could, like, for example, the faster I go, the faster it will knead. But it's not necessary, right? I want it to take its time and work its magic slowly. And we'll look at it again in about 5 minutes. I'm going to lower it now. I don't have to go this fast. Yeah. Wanted to show you that the faster you go, the faster it will, but I don't need to. I want to take my time and let it relax, and I'll see you in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and it's already starting to come together very well. See, we didn't add any flour, we didn't add anything, and it's starting to pick up and put itself together, and maybe another 7 minutes or so, it's going to come right off the bowl, very clean. It's going to be nice to work with, easy, not sticky, even though it is very wet bread. It's like magic. Yeah, so I'll show you again in about 7 minutes. I love when a dough comes together properly, and lately it's been coming together every single time. That's what happens when you practice a lot. I want you to see this. This is the perfect dough. Very wet, very humid, and very elasticy, and it's perfectly together. Look at that. It comes clean right off the bowl. We haven't added one drop of flour in there since the first 6 cups of flour we added at the start, and that's it. And look at that. It is absolutely perfect. It's now been about 13-14 minutes. I'm gonna let it knead for another 2 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna take it out of the bowl, and that's done. Okay, I'm taking the dough from the bowl. There we go. Look at that. This is perfect dough. My goodness. So leave that here for now. I keep walking away from you guys, and I should look at this. Look how it comes off the bowl. Can you see that? Look. And that is because, well, you know why. I already told you why before. Because we let the flour and the water, before we knead them with the starter, we let them sit for a long time. In these cases, I'm letting them sit for 8 hours. And look at this. Look how silky, how stretchy. Someone said this is the silkiest dough ever. If I tell you who said that, I'd have to, it's a secret. Now, I'm gonna cut this. Part for our pizza, and the other part I'm gonna bake a loaf of bread tomorrow. There we go. And I don't have to, I have my bread done. Look at this. Perfect. Maybe I should put a little bit of flour on there, but I'm not going to now. There we go. Look at that. Ha. And this will be for our pizza. Isn't this the most beautiful dough you've ever seen? Now for sure, when I have to roll it for the pizza, I do have to put flour and use a bit of flour. That's normal. There's no way to avoid that. But look how beautiful that is. And this is sourdough. So for this pizza, it's gonna be a vegetarian pizza, as you can see, but it's gonna be although classic pizza, but without the tomato sauce. Instead of the tomato sauce, we're gonna use our homemade herb and garlic seasoning that you know about already, and you can watch the video for that, and fresh slices of tomato instead. And that is gonna taste so delicious. Here we have one very thinly sliced red onion, one very thinly sliced the long Asian eggplant because they're very sweet, some black olives, some mozzarella cheese, some cheddar cheese, and of course some feta cheese. Those are going to be the cheeses we're going to use. And of course, after we bake the pizza, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, some zucchini, the tomatoes, and the herbs that are in here with the garlic and the peppers and the oil, and yeah, and I'll show you when we put it together. That's going to be glorious. Just continue cutting this here. We gotta be careful we don't cut ourselves when we do that. I've been doing this a long time. I should still be careful, and I still cut myself every now and then when I try to rush or not follow the rules of. And that's done. Nice thinly sliced tomatoes. So we can't grate the feta cheese, so we have to cut it to small pieces, like dices almost. It's very fragile. It's pretty easy to do. There we go. aside. Now we'll shred the mozzarella cheese and the medium cheddar cheese. And no waste, please. And on top, as I said, once all the other ingredients are on, just before we put it in the oven, I'm gonna sprinkle some Parmesan cheese and then bake it. You get to see all of that. Yeah, we're almost done shredding the cheeses, both of them, and dicing the feta cheese. So these are gonna go in at different times, and I'm gonna show you again. First, I'm gonna put my seasoning on the dough. Then I'm gonna put my cheese, my mozzarella and cheddar mixture. Those will be in together. It's gonna be a huge, humongous pizza. Very, very, very rich and tasty. And then I'm gonna start layering my other stuff. So seasoning goes in first, then the cheese, then the tomatoes, and you'll see. It's gonna be lovely. I hope you do give this a try. You know, it's worth it. I'm just gonna roll it a bit, not a lot. I'm gonna show you why again. And then let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then roll it. And it's gonna roll after, much better after it sits down for a minute, after it relaxes. It's actually best to do it by hand. And then once it's in there, we'll fix the perfect circle. So I transferred my dough over. I put the oil on it and transferred it over because I didn't want to show my mess there. Now this pan has holes in it for obvious reasons, because pizza cooks better and it airs better while it's cooking. There's more hot circulation underneath it. And I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and come back to it so that it can relax and we can spread it out properly. See, even after just like 3 minutes or so, it's already relaxed and I can already spread it out. So it's gonna take a little time to spread out, but that's normal. Look at this. Now I know we're making a mess underneath the counter because of the holes in the oil, but don't worry, we'll clean that up. We're very clean. But look how beautiful this is. Now I'm gonna spread this open beyond the edge here, and I'm gonna show you why. Because I'm going to stuff this crust here. Yes, I know that's not my original idea, but I do it well. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous dough. And take your time, there's no rush. Take your time, work it well. It's so elasticy, it feels so nice to the hands, like it feels unbelievable. It's so beautiful to work with. So I've stretched the dough all the way to the end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of this cheese around the edges like that. All around. Not a lot, just a bit. Just like that. And push it right to the edge like this, because we're gonna roll the edge over. Now this is, again, this is our mixture of medium cheddar and mozzarella, so that's what that is. And then fold this over. And you see, we're going to push it right back out. It's going to go right out, don't worry. See, our sourdough is very, very humid. Then we're going to press it out again. There you go. We're going to press it right out to the edge. Even it out. If you see a little hole, it's okay. It's going to have a perfect shape anyway. And again, once it relaxes a little bit more, it'll stretch out and it'll stay where we put it. This is a labor of love. You could hurry up and do it so, but I like to do a good job. I like to do it well. There we go. How does that look? I think it looks fantastic. Now we'll give it an edge again. Like a nice deep dish pizza. Now, why we put the oil, I should mention. The oil is not for it not to stick. This is a non-stick pan. The oil is to give a crispiness to the crust. Make it really nice and crispy and almost flaky. So that's why we put the oil at the bottom. Because our pan is already non-stick and it's the holes are for the air to circulate through while we're cooking it. Next thing, we put our herb seasoning. There we go. That's enough. There's plenty there. Again, don't do a mess like I do. There we go. Gonna spread that well. There's a lot of flavor in this oil. Plenty of flavor. It's a seasoning that's made with oil and herbs and garlic and salt and pepper. And just press it down a little bit like that. And don't let the oil drop on your pans like I do, because those stain. Now I'm going to put my cheese, like so. Spread it open. Make sure all the surfaces are covered. Like I said, it's going to be a rich, thick, fantastic, humongous pizza that's full of flavor. And anybody who has a slice of this is going to say, oh my God, I want to eat this every single day. But they can't. It's not a good thing to eat pizza every day, even though it's delicious. How's that? Make sure every little bit is. There we go. Now we put our veggies. Our tomatoes go down first. this, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Then I'm gonna put my zucchini, just like if I'm putting pepperoni. Same concept. Like so. Then I'm going to put my eggplant. You see what I mean now? This pizza is going to be humongous. And it's all made with healthy, good, clean product. So I want to make sure my vegetables go everywhere. And by the way, my guests are gonna love this pizza because that's how I'm making it. I have some guests coming, so that's who it's for. There we go. That's plenty of that. Now I have red onions. Look at this. Very thinly sliced. Everything on there is very thinly sliced. Can you smell it? I can. And our olives. These are nice tangy black olives that we've pitted. That's enough olives there. And of course our feta cheese. And make sure I use all my feta cheese. And lastly, I'm just gonna, for extra flavor, I'm gonna sprinkle a bit of oregano leaves there, just dried oregano leaves. Look at that. Now I'm gonna cook this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30, 35, maybe even 40 minutes. It depends how long it takes, but this shouldn't take long because of the holes in the bottom of the pan. So it should cook a little bit quicker. Oh, and of course, before I forget, my Parmesan cheese on top. It's gonna brown nicely and give it that little extra salty, tangy, cheesy flavor. There we go. That, my friends, is a fantastic pizza. Very rich, very tasty. And that's it. Now we just put it in the oven. I cleaned up a bit and I let my oven warm up to 400 degrees. I'm going to put this in now. And I'm going to bake it for about 35 to 40 minutes or how long it takes until it's brown and well cooked. It's been about 45 minutes and our pizza is done. Look at that. Gonna let it sit there for a minute, turn off the oven. And that looks absolutely luscious. There for a minute. Release the dough. It's a non-stick pan, it's not sticky or anything. Just make sure that in the holes there's no dough stuck inside. I'm gonna leave it on the pan and I'm gonna slice off a piece. But I'm gonna wait a second. Does that look good or what? See underneath there? Go under and show me under, let me see. Look at that. It's well cooked. Maybe I will slide it off. Put this here. And it smells so good. Take a piece off this side. I'm not going to take a big slice, just to try it and show you. I want a very little slice. I didn't cut it all the way through, I think. But I will, because it's so thick, it's got so much topping on it. There we go. Look at this. Then I'm going to take some of this stuff that I dropped over here on my clean board. See this? Beautiful crust. See how well it stays together, it stays up. It's well baked all the way through. I don't want to spill all my... But I'm going to go now. That is a glorious, glorious pizza. I believe if God ate pizza, he would ask for this. I'm not exaggerating. I believe that to be a fact. Let me grab a fork and my pizza and go sit down with a glass of wine and enjoy this. A little drop of wine. Pizza and wine go well together. It's still hot. Oh, you hear that? And it cuts easily too. Crunchy and it cuts easily. Look at this. And you should smell it. Combination of vegetables is perfect. Red onions, the long Asian zucchini, the long Asian eggplant. I mean, all the cheeses, the tomatoes, the seasoning, but mostly the crust is perfect. It's crunchy and flaky and light, but with substance, and very easy to chew, but it still has a nice crunch and lots of flavor. Lots and lots of flavor. I wish you were here to have a little slice with me, but I'm sorry you can't. This belongs to my in-laws who are visiting tomorrow. So please do like and subscribe to our channel and share our videos, and thank you again for watching. Give this a try. You'll love it. Until next time, let me enjoy this and see you soon. Bye for now.